There is a world made up of numbers, a world where you have to be the smartest or the fastest, a world connected by radio waves and fiber optic cables, a world where you can make money if you think you know what the future holds, a world of fear and desire where you can win or lose. I call this world Planet Finance. Wandering around Planet Finance, I arrived all the way on the other side of the coin. Because as a trader, for many participants, the Forex market slowly becomes more than a financial activity. It becomes the only option. No alternative plan. No psychological exit door. Just one objective to make it. And perhaps this mindset quietly follows more participants across Planet Finance than most people realize. What makes this observation important is how often that pressure exists without a clearly defined framework. No operational structure. No long-term process. Only hope and urgency for transformation. And from the outside, Planet Finance can appear deceptively simple to enter. A chart, a broker account, a few clicks, access granted. But something far more serious begins to emerge once the long-term outcome of that perception is observed carefully. Because when a probabilistic environment becomes emotionally viewed as the only way out, without structure, without preparation, without realistic expectations, the outcome slowly becomes predictable in a dangerous way. Undeniably, Planet Finance offers extraordinary opportunity, liquidity, scalability, global participation, unlimited potential under the right conditions, but only through specific approaches, specific behaviors, specific discipline. Because once a stochastic environment is interpreted as a guaranteed path to fast wealth, pressure begins replacing clarity. Emotion begins replacing process, and survival slowly becomes more difficult. Not because the machine is targeting participants emotionally, but because probabilistic systems naturally expose unstable behavior over time. And perhaps this is where another realization begins to unfold. Planet Finance requires both sides of the equation to continue functioning. Winners and losers. Liquidity providers and liquidity extractors. One side compounds steadily over time. The other remains trapped inside cycles of urgency, emotional exposure, exhaustion, repetition. Neither side exists independently. Both keep the machine alive. And maybe that is why this ecosystem feels simultaneously attractive and unforgiving. Across years of navigating this world, I witnessed enormous effort directed toward helping participants understand the mechanics of survival. Frameworks, risk management, process orientation, behavioral control. Genuine attempts to reduce predictable mistakes. And yet, despite all the information available, the ecosystem often remains deeply complex. Perhaps because the machine itself naturally continues producing both categories. And once that realization becomes visible, it becomes difficult to unsee. Because from that point, the market no longer appears as simple entertainment. It begins revealing itself as a filtering mechanism. And maybe this is where true awareness begins. Seeing both sides of Planet Finance, the predator and the prey, the structured operator and the emotionally exposed participant. Many participants already see the patterns, yet still struggle to break free from inherited conditioning. And perhaps that is where the deepest work actually begins. Not inside indicators, not inside tutorials, but inside personal responsibility and behavioral transformation. At XAU.FX, the objective is to help participants understand both sides of the coin clearly, because failing to recognize both realities often increases the probability of becoming trapped on the wrong side repeatedly. Awareness alone is rarely enough, but it is always where the shift begins. And regardless of every opinion or expectation, Planet Finance continues operating exactly as designed. Through expansion, compression, liquidity rotation, accumulation, and distribution. And if this documentary offered a deeper perspective, support the page so more participants navigating Planet Finance can begin seeing both sides of the machine. And leave a comment saying, "Predator versus prey," if you now understand the importance of seeing both sides clearly. And share your own experience, so others can learn from both the mistakes and the achievements. Thank you. Planet Finance.